Season 2, The Unfinished War. Chapter 11, Prison. Deku sat in his freezing cold cell. He had been brought to a prison on an island by Molly 5 weeks ago. Molly and his teammates grabbed Deku from the helicopter the day he was brought in and threw him in his cell in the prison that is on a separate island from the main one. Today, Deku sat in his prison cell, tired and alone. Cold. What he wore were prison garments, colored black. He was quiet all the time. He hadn't spoken since he was thrown into the cell by one of his former friends. The cell had a bed with one pillow and a sheet that lay on a metal table. Not really a bed, but it was all he had. It also had a table and chair with some books and a toilet in the corner. He was blocked from leaving the cell area by a glass wall that prevented him. If he touched the glass, he would get shocked by electricity. He was truly trapped. The door to the cell area opened. He stood up from his bed and watched someone enter the room in the darkness. "Go on, reveal yourself." The figure revealed itself. It was A. A. "Hello, Damon. How have you been?" "I thought I told you not to call me that name." "Alright then. Fine. Deku. Good to see you too." Deku sat back down on his bed. "What are you doing here?" "I told you this was going to happen." "Oh, so that's what you're here for. Great. Well, it was lovely seeing you, eh? I wish you the best and all. Guard!" "Wait, please. I just wanted to talk to you." "About what, exactly?" "Did you hear the news?" "What news?" "Would you like me to tell you?" "I'm all ears. Got nowhere to go, anyways." A opened a chute that went inside the cell and handed Deku multiple different photos, then closed the chute. All of the photos were photos of Flashback and the empire that he created on the island in Deku's absence while in prison. The flag, the buildings, the capital. Deku put a palm to his face. "Why are you showing me this?" "For a reason that I can't tell you yet. Flashback has created an empire on the island, because, after all, technically you started a second war with him in your grief with Death Defier's death. And, well, he won again. The island is his." "So why are you showing me? Just to tell me I told you so or something?" "No. It's for another reason. By the way, Batman is alive." "That's not possible. Flashback told the symbiote that was controlling me that he killed Batman." "Flashback said that he has a machine capable of bringing people back to life using his own power that keeps him from dying after he's been shot. It's how Cletus Cassidy came back after you killed him." "Damn it. He's trying to get him on his side." "And it worked. Batman is now a partner with Flashback's empire. The reason they're partnering is to keep the island safe, they say." Deku looked at the photo of the flag. "I hate this goddamn flag." "I know you do." A looked up at the camera watching him. The camera turned off. "So, want to do something about it?" "What do you mean?" "I hacked the camera. It's deactivated. So want to do something about that empire? About Flashback? It's clear that the empire seems unsafe currently." "That's true." A turned to face Deku once again. "So, what do you want to do?" "I can't do anything even if I wanted to. I've caused too much destruction and damage to that island's history and everyone there. I'd caused more harm than good." "Agent M, there's no one else I would trust more to do this." "Even after what you witnessed me do? You're right, okay? I did cause destruction and pain like you said. Happy now? Just leave me alone." "Agent M, I will always trust you." It doesn't matter that I was right, because with your help I can take down this empire. We can. Now the agency is back. I rounded up some of the old members that stayed in hiding. You are our best. We can't do this without you. The main island is less safe than it was when you were there, and it could get worse. It could get out of control and spread to other places, and you know this, the same as I. But we can stop it, you and me, together, the agency. Agent M, please. And if I did come back, what would happen to me after, even if we succeeded? You would come into our new agency and we would protect you. Please, Agent M. Deku groaned. Fine, I will. But leave Flashback for me to handle. I can't promise that. Alright then, well, it's better than me sitting in here. A threw a device onto the glass which turned off the electricity. And because the glass was directly connected to the generator that would shock Deku if he touched it, the generator also shut offline, and the entire base no longer had any power. The lights turned off. A took out a suppressed pistol and shot the glass, breaking it. Deku stepped out and took his old clothes that he wore the day he was brought in, and his old pistol and weapons that were left in the chamber in the corner of the entire room. They were going to be using it as evidence to keep Deku there longer. They should have kept it in another room. Deku, this way, come on. A opened the door to the room and walked out. The two of them walked through the halls of the prison, but stopped when one of Molly's friends saw them and took out an assault rifle. Drop your weapons! Deku held his hand out to Molly's friend, who shot his hand, which reflected the bullet off his golden hands into the leg of Molly's friend. They groaned on the ground in pain. A turned to Deku. Hey, we gotta go, right now. A and Deku ran through the halls and out of the prison. When they made it outside, they saw Molly standing there, with two other people with RPGs. Drop your weapons and stand down. A put his pistol on the ground. I'm disappointed. I thought letting you in to speak with Deku would reveal what happened on the island and what his intentions were. And I'm disappointed that you would work with Flashback and his goddamn empire, Molly. Shut up, Deku. Molly pointed his gun at Deku. You're out of line here. Get back to your cell. A reached behind him and grabbed a grenade, then threw it at Molly and the two guards with RPGs. Come on, we have to go now. Deku and A ran towards one of the planes on the base. Deku got in the pilot seat and A held onto the wing. Hold on! Deku took off and flew into the sky, then turned around and headed straight towards the base they just came from. Deku, what are you doing? To make sure they don't follow us. Deku fired bullets from the plane onto the base, then flew upwards and away from it. Molly from down below on the base fired a rocket straight into the wing of the plane, sending them downwards. Hey, I can't do anything from here. We're going down. Don't worry, we're fine. 3 helicopters emerged from the fog out of the sky. Deku and A jumped off the plane in midair and were falling downwards towards the ocean. A helicopter went below them and opened one of the doors, turning to its side and catching both Deku and A. It turned back to its original side so it could continue flying and went back up into the air. Deku looked at the pilot of the helicopter. It was an old agent of the agency. Good to see you, A. Good to see you, Agent M. Been a while, hasn't it? The other 2 helicopters flew above the base, firing rockets, grenades, and airstrike grenades, destroying all the boats, helicopters, and planes they had, and leaving the base in bad shape so the agency couldn't be followed. The 2 helicopters followed the helicopter Deku and A were in as they flew out into the sea. On the base, a guard ran up to Molly. What do we do, sir? Get me Flashback on the phone. This isn't good. The guard handed Molly a phone. Flashback, they got Deku. They're coming for you next. Oh, don't worry. I'll deal with them. It'll be fine, Molly. Don't worry about it. That was Season 2, The Unfinished War. Chapter 11, Prison. Things are getting a bit spicy, a bit different. The story's evolving greatly, and Flashback has the most power on the island in the history of about an 8-month-long war. Which is pretty interesting. The actual war that's happening IRL in the game of Fortnite, yeah, it's pretty much the same, you know. Pretty much the same. Flashback is actually winning constantly. There hasn't been a day where he's actually lost too many battles. He has lost some, not a lot, and that's reflecting in this very story. He has control of everything. But I'll see you in the next episode, my friends. Until then, bye-bye.